In this lesson, we are going to create layout component and make the homepage like this. What we're gonna do is to add a header, including the brand name and header links, and create a shadow, then create a container for the main content by adding padding and margin. And at the end, we're gonna add a footer to show the copyright. To get the source code of this lesson, go to the repository at this link and inside the commit section, find video 5, create website layout. You can compare your code with mine in this page. If you are ready, let's get to code. Here is the plan to create website layout. Go to the Explorer and right-click in the empty space. Select new folder, set the folder name to components, and inside that, right-click new file and create layout.js. It's a component that is a wrapper for all pages. What we're gonna do here is to create a website layout including header, main, and footer section. Type RFC and press tab to create React functional component. Create an empty container. Inside that, create a div for the parent of all components. Inside that, create header element from HTML. It's not a React component, it's HTML element. After that, create main element, and right after that, create footer element. So here we have header, main, and footer. Inside the main section, we are going to render the page component. So instead of main, type children, and children is coming from the layout function parameter. Type children inside curly bracket. So we deconstruct the children from the parent component of layout and render it here. Save the code and let's use it inside the index.js in pages folder. What I'm gonna do here is to move the head from index.js to layout.js and control space on head to import it from next/head. Save the code here, go to index.js and get rid of the content from here and use the layout component. Press tab to import it from components/layout. Then close the layout and inside that type home page. Here is the home page. Get rid of extra import, save the code, and let's check the result. As you see, we have header, footer, and the content in between is homepage. It's coming from here. So whatever we put here will be rendered inside the main section. Let's make the title parametric. What I'm gonna do is to get rid of this static content and use curly bracket to check the title. If it does exist, use it. Otherwise, render Amazona or whatever your website is. Also put plus dash Amazona to show the title next to the brand of your website. Save the code and for the description, make it e-commerce website. As you see, the title is not defined here, but it's not highlighted as an error. Let's fix it in the ESLint configuration inside .eslint.rc.json and add ESLint : recommended inside the extend section. So change the string to an array and add ESLint : recommended and save the code. If we go back to the layout.js, this time we have error highlight here and it says title is not defined. Let's define it inside the layout function parameter like this. Save it and check the result. The title is Amazona. So if I go to index.js and for the layout, set the prop to, let's say, homepage, what do I get here? It's homepage-Amazona. So we update the page title based on the page that we are. Great, let's go for the next step, adding style to header, homepage, and footer. What we're gonna do is to move the footer to the bottom and create a space for header and also create a space for homepage. Go to layout.js, and for the main container, this div, set the class name to flex. So flex is coming from Tailwind. You can press Ctrl space to get the recommendation. If you move the mouse over it, you can see the CSS style behind flex class from Tailwind. The next class is mean edge screen to make the page full height. Set the flex to flex column, so the direction is gonna be vertically, and use justify between to create space between header, main, and footer. Save the code, and here is the result. We have maximum space between header, main section, and footer. Let's go for the header div. What I'm gonna do here is to create a navigation in the header. Inside that, create navigation, and inside that create a link from next link and set the href to the home page. Inside that create an anchor, set the class name to a large text using text-lg. It's a class from Tailwind to set the font size to 1.1 rem. And the caption of this link is Amazona. Also set the font to bold using font-bold from Tailwind. After the link, create a div to put the header links. The first link is for cart and the title is cart. Duplicated for login and the title is login. It's small l. So we have two elements inside div. Set the class name to flex, set the height to 12 to create 3 rem space 48 pixel, and set justify between to put Amazona in left side and cart and login in the right side. Save the code. Here Amazona is bold and cart and login is in the right side. For the nav, create a shadow using shadow md. Much better. And use item center, this one, to put stuff like this in the center vertically. Also set the horizontal padding px to 4. Much better. For the links in the header, we are going to add CSS classes, but it's not possible to add CSS for a link from next/link. So inside the link, create anchor and set the class name to padding 2. Do the same for login like this. Much better. We have a space between cart and login. Good, the header is done. Let's go for the main section. For the main section, set the class name to container. It's a class from Tailwind to set the maximum width in different screen responsive. Set M auto by setting margin auto. The margin is gonna be auto. Margin top to 4 rem and padding horizontally to 4 rem too. And here is the result. The home page has padding from bottom and left. The last part is about the footer. Set the class name for footer to flex. So I'm using justify center and items center to put the footer in center horizontally and vertically. Also set the height to 10 rem, 48 pixel, and create a shadow inner like this to create shadow. Here is the result. We have a shadow above the footer, and we successfully formed our homepage by adding a header, main section, and footer section. For the footer, change the content to this paragraph, copyright @2022, and your brand name. Much better. Good. That's it about this lesson. Let's review what we did. We added a new component named layout. It's a wrapper for all pages like the home page. And instead of styling the layout in each page, we use the layout component. Also, we use the ESLint recommended checking for checking the code and finding issues in our code. That's it about this lesson. Until next lesson, bye-bye.